Hello, everybody. Welcome to another evening of, excuse me, messages of love from above. I'm already getting all choked up. So I hope everyone had a great Monday, a great night's sleep if you're on the other side of the world. And I'm excited to see what messages come tonight. And before we get started, I do want to send out love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, I would love that. So I'm just going to take a big deep breath and come back to right now. And just allow the unconditional love from above flow down into our hearts, fill us up, and go out to the world. And whether you're watching this on replay or watching live, we all join together outside space and time together to send this love. And if you are in need of love, either for your mind or your heart, your body, or your spirit, we send it to you right now as well. Beautiful and powerful. So, thank you so very much for joining in with me to do that. And as I've been celebrating, um, thanks to all of you for subscribing in such a fast way. I reached my goal of 1,000 subscribers already. So, I did put out a video. In case you haven't seen it yet, I'll post it down here. And this is how you can enter to for the possibility of winning one out of the 10 1 hour personal recorded readings. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. And I'm excited to choose those. You have until next Sunday, until midnight Sunday, my time, Mountain Time. And then I will start drawing winners. I'm excited. So that's, I think, the only thing that I wanted to mention right now. So we'll get into readings and seeing what Spirit has for us all tonight. All right. Let me just get this situated here. Obviously, I can't talk and do two things at the same time. All right, there we go. Thank you. All right. So let's take a look here. We have Jessica Sample. You are up first. And then Kritika, you will be up next. So, Jessica, you would like a general reading, but also you want to know about getting if you're going to be getting a car soon. So, I'm going to be using the Naked Heart Tarot mainly tonight. And we're going to take a look here. We'll take a look at the car first. Let's see, will you be getting a car soon? Will there be movement in your life? Okay. It's funny. You're gonna get a very slow car. You got the Hermit card here, and the Ace of Wands, and the Heart of Swords, which would be the Queen of Swords. So I feel like there is something coming around a car, but there is some expectations and some things that are going to be changing first here as far as thought, balancing of heart and mind. And then with the Hermit card, it feels like there's a journey that you're on right now without having a car that is allowing you to be on this inner journey on purpose for a purpose. But I feel like that it will unfold, and there will be one. I don't feel like it's soon because of the Hermit energy there. It feels very slow with that turtle. So that is regarding the car. And then for your general reading, I'm really drawn over here to the Cosmic Journey Oracle. We'll take a look at that. So, what would you like Jessica to know right now? Okay, that one. Okay. And you've got to be enlightened, lighten up. So I like that. Beautiful card there. Trying to balance the light, not to be too much, just right. Okay, there we go. A little better. Like the spiral. Is that a tongue? Yeah, it is a tongue. Yeah. It's going "Meh," to try to, get you to laugh and to lighten up, right? So it says it's incredible to realize that everything you see around you and every element you are made of was once inside an exploding star. It's true, you are made of stars and born of the earth, but also co created by plants and bacteria and fungi. And as Carl Sagan put it, the cosmos is within us. We are made of star stuff. We are a way for the universe to know itself. So then why are you taking yourself so seriously? What do you want the universe to know of? Darkness and struggle or light and joy? Your cosmic journey can be whatever you make of it. You get to write your own punchline and finally be let in on the great cosmic joke. Laughter is the greatest medicine. Do you remember the last time you really laughed? Like the belly aching, stomach tightening guffaw? To be enlightened requires you to lighten up. And the cosmic catalyst question says, ha ha ha, what's the great cosmic joke? And it says, get creative and draw or sketch it out too. So, what's the one of the cosmic jokes of life, right? And actually sketch it and draw it out. And a cosmic checkbox, if you'd like, if this resonates, it says, watch your favorite comedy and laugh your bohiny off. So I like that. That's a good thing here. And I feel like with that hermit card too being there, it's all about the inner journey and enlightening, but laughter is part of our natural state. We're powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love, joy, and peace and laughter. That's like our natural state. So they are asking you to activate a little more laughter in your life. And I like that. So that's what they have for you right now, Jessica. So many blessings for you. All right. Kritika, you are up. And then Project Skyfalls, you will be up after that. So, Kritika, anyone going to propose to you? Who are they? Love reading. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know around love. Right? You did get 3 cards. Okay. Well, you do have the Chariot card coming in here, which is about movement and also about decision making. It's like every moment is a choice between unconditional love or the fears of losing conditional love. And I feel with regarding love and with regarding proposals, those types of things, this is like a movement. Them telling you that there's movement, it's eventually going to get there. But in the meantime, there's this power of choice lesson, um, or more of a revelation that that they're wanting you to look at here, because it's allowing you to know that in whatever situation you're going through any second, you are the one that's choosing what it means about you and others in the world. And you're also choosing what you want to feel as you go through it. And so they're wanting you to be able to sit in patience and sit in when other people aren't doing what you want them to do, or they're accusing you of not doing what they want you to do, and being able to see that it doesn't matter what comes my way, I get to choose, and see that power just continue to rise and rise and rise within you. Because you also have the moon card, which the moon card is about cycles. So again, it's moving, but it takes its time to get there. And the moon card is also about emotion, about the unseen, the unknown, diving down into your intuition and your emotions, and also connecting higher to the higher realms. And because all the phases of the moon represent different things, when there's the new moon and it's dark, we're looking within. And when the full moon is bright and the sun's reflecting, we're connecting higher. And so, out of this cycle and looking into yourself and realizing your power, that's going on right now. And they give you the Heart of Cups, which would be the Queen of Cups in the Standard Tarot. Again, emotions. Cups are emotions, but the Queen of Cups not only rules over water, she's also getting a double portion of water, which is into her emotions. And also, he has a great intuition that connects to the higher realms. So, you kind of have three cards that are kind of nudging you inward and upward and understanding things. They're giving you cups, saying there's emotions. They're giving you moon cycle emotions that um, emotions are in movement and things are unfolding, and the Chariot card the same. But while you're waiting, they are nudging you inward to discover that power, because it's going to be what you need to match the vibration of your partner, of this individual. Because if you don't have that knowledge that you get to choose, then you're going to feel like you're just swayed all over the place by everyone else's choices and opinions and everything else. And that's not what is going to be a match for them, because they're on the same trajectory, learning a lot of that same stuff. And then you guys will meet. But if you're not at the same vibration, like if you're higher and he doesn't do the work, then it's going to be like, whew, and you'll miss, and you'll come back around. You keep on doing this until you're on the same vibration. So the sooner we do that and work on ourselves, the sooner we are ready for the individual. So that's what they have for you right now, Kritika. So many blessings for you. All right, Project Skyfalls, you will be up next, and then Fifi, you'll be up after that. It looks like you would like a general reading, but also you applied for your refund in April. Will you get it soon? So let's take a look here and see what they want to know about the refund in general. Well, you got the Six of Wands, which is the victory card. One of the victory cards anyway. So I really feel with that refund, you will get it by the end of the year. I wasn't sure if it was you or someone else. Someone else asked about their refund, and I feel like with that victory that will be there. Yeah, it's just the Five of Pentacles is the kind of the um, journey that you're on with this refund, right? Because the Five of Pentacles is this transformation, this change, being a number five, and the pentacles being our finances, our outside world, our sustenance, how it changes from like we are depending upon mankind and humankind, that they're the ones that are bringing us what we need in each moment. And that's when we have fears and where we're like, oh my God, is it ever going to get here? Because humans are fallible, right? The human characters we play anyway are fickle. And when they go into fear, they'll withdraw their support. Things will happen. But the transformation happens is that usually there's people that feel abandoned and out in the cold, and you see them outside of a church with barefoot and it's snowing, and they've got sometimes bandages and a walking stick and a crutch, and they've been through everything, right? And they just feel totally abandoned. But up behind them are the Five Pentacles and this beautiful stained glass window, which represents spirit, creator, source, whatever you believe your higher power is. And the transformation happens is that we realize that it is them that provide our every need in each moment, not the human. And they have endless resources, they have unconditional, eternal love for us. So there's nothing we can do to have them withdraw, wanting to provide things to us like humans do. And so we start to realize that these humans that bring things to us are the delivery company or the post office or a banking system bringing money, right? And sometimes it doesn't even need a human. But they are the deliverer, like a shipping company that usually can bring us things, but it all comes from up above. And so I feel like during this, it's like trusting and maybe taking a moment to step back and um, kind of have a little conversation with the creator, with source, and just allow them to ask, "Do you trust me?" And I know that's what a huge thing for me. And I won't go into the long story, but I was moving. I had so much stuff to do. I didn't think there was any possible way for me to get it done. And I was like, "Are you really want me to move there? And do you trust me?" And when I'd hear that, I'd be like, "I do." And then I felt good for a moment until I started freaking out again an hour later. But I learned over and over again as I was like, "Okay, I do trust you." And then, "Do you trust my timing?" "Oh, you're pushing it now." But it's like, "Okay, I do." And so it's like this um, wonderful growth for you to trust the timing and trust where does stuff actually come from. You might even know you might have some sort of discount, some sort of thing come, some sort of rebate, something else that comes to you in your life that helps you, and you didn't need that thing right away. And I know refunds are important and all that, but it opens up our mind and our ability to go, oh, because one of the things like um, when Spirit told me, "You're not gonna move next year, you're gonna move in this year." And I'm like, "What?" Like, moving it up a whole year on me, and I'm like, "Okay." And then after I got used to that, there's like, "No, it's not gonna be 4 months away, it's gonna be, in a month and a half." And I was just like I was already preparing stuff, and so I had a lot of stuff in the living room I was gonna get rid of because I was repainting and getting everything to sell my condo. And I was like, "Well, if you want me to move," I go, I'm gonna have to get rid of all that stuff right away, this weekend so I can get the carpet put in and this and that and that and that." And I'm like, "All right, we're gonna do it." And then 5 minutes later, my Facebook Messenger went off, and a friend of mine was sitting with another friend of mine, and they were talking, and they were like, "Oh my gosh." They had someone who was starting completely over from scratch with nothing. And they just messaged me, said, "Hey, if you still want to get rid of anything, we have someone who'll take everything off your hands and they'll come get it. And they can come this weekend." And I was just like, you look around like, wow, and so those are the things that can happen too. The creator is so powerful. They can make so many things happen. So they wanted you to know all that. And I feel like that's both your general reading and your refund kind of together because it goes beyond money, right? It goes beyond trusting of that they're going to bring the right people in and out of your life and health things in and out of your life and moving, whatever it might be. um, do you trust me? Do you trust my timing? I have learned over many years to do that. So I feel like that's where you're at right now. So that's what they want for your project, Skyfalls. So I do feel it's coming. It will be by the end of the year, but I feel like in the meantime, while we're waiting, it's like turn inward and understand our self-love, our trust to the higher realms, and our understanding of life. And it's an amazing transformation that will happen. So I like it. All right. Many blessings to you. All right, Fifi, you are up. And then self-love, you'll be up next. All right. So, general reading for Fifi. I want to go to these messenger oracle for your message. All right. So, let's see what would you. Okay. Right there. And you've got, we are all connected. Let's see if I can get that in there. There we go. Well, kind of. You can see everyone's connected. And let's see what message comes in here for you. Says we are dependent upon others for life. That's the what our human brain says, right? And if we destroy the very things upon which we depend, we too shall perish. We're all connected. We're all one. Do harm to the natural world, and you do harm to yourself. You are more than just a part of the human race. You are a child of Gaia. You are a brother and sister to all life and living things. Love them as you love yourself. Sustain them as you sustain yourself. And I like that message, especially after what I just talked about with, we don't get everything we need from the humans. It all comes from up above. But our human experience here is about understanding the interconnectedness and what happens when we don't, um, through these characters, human characters, we don't support one another, and we don't aren't in unity, that we come here to understand. But the big aha that happens in this human experience is when we are able to connect back to the higher realms and understand. The veil slightly jiggles and opens up a little bit so we get a little glimpse of how connected and how we are all sea drops of unconditional love in a giant sea of unconditional love, and that we all do interact and impact one another. That's why I like doing sending out love to the world at the beginning of our sessions, because when some of us are in fear, we're at a lower vibrational love, one that has conditions on it. It's the human experience and it's a low vibration, and it changes the vibration of the entire planet. And if we remember, the biggest thing we can do is work on our own self and our own love, because that impacts our energy in the giant scheme of things. But if we send unconditional love out, it helps transform and it helps the energy of everywhere, making it easier and easier for our brothers and sisters and unicorns and fairies, all these beings that we are out in the world. It helps us. And so I love the interconnectedness and the love others as you love yourself. But if you don't love yourself, that's not going to help a whole lot, right? So that's why we do our self love and we focus on our self love. And as that grows, then we're able to love others and make an impact with that. So I kind of feel like Fifi right now, it is about focusing in on your inner love, growing that, and kind of sweeping in front of your own door, not worrying about everyone else, because you can't change anyone's mind about anything. I managed for many decades, and you cannot make anyone do what they don't want to do. Hundreds, maybe thousands of people that I actually manage. But the um, the whole thing is that if we want to change the world, we can't try to change people's minds, because everyone resists when you try to change their mind, but you change hearts. And so when people's hearts change, then their actions change in from the inside out. And how do we? By loving unconditionally. That's the only thing that we can do, is by loving is where change comes from. So that is what they have for you right now, Fifi. So many blessings to you. All right, self love, you are up. And then Anjali Sharma, you will be up after that. So self love, you'd like the rest of November, which we're almost halfway through November already. Didn't we just start November? Before we know it, we'll be going Happy New Year. All right, let's take a look here. What would you like self love to know? All right, for the rest of the year. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I do see here you're going to have some change coming up, because not only do you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is about 10 appears endings and new beginnings and things changing in your favor, in your life. You have the Two of Swords, which is your, thinking. You're at a fork in a road and you have to make a decision, and spirit's saying, when you make the decision, you have your mind, and then you also have, with the moon here, you have your intuition. And when you're making that decision, try to keep both in mind, um, because then you also have the three of wands, which is about change of direction, moving in a different direction than you had anticipated and that we were going to be doing before. Now there is this disappointment that comes in here that triggers this. So something here isn't going to turn out the way that you had wanted it to or expected it to, but you obviously are fine with it. You are able to make a change and make an alteration. So I don't feel like you are allowing it to devastate you, obviously, because there's 2 weeks left in the month, and so whatever this thing that comes in that makes you change your direction, whether it's a relationship or a job, education, your body, your finances, your like purchasing a home or a car, something where you're impacting your outside world, and that you're wanting to switch and do this direction in a different way. But like I said, it's not like um, a huge uh, impact to you. Not saying that it's not a big deal of whatever's happening, but you're not letting it impact you. You're like keeping positive, going, you know what? I had plan B in place, and I kind of figured plan A may not work out, and so I have plan B. I'm kind of disappointed, because I really wanted that other thing, but I like plan B too, and we're gonna implement it. And so you whoosh and you do that. So that's what I feel is going on for you for the rest of November, self-love. So that's what they have. Many blessings to you. All right, Anjali, you are up. Hey, Divine Light. Rachel Gee, you will be up next. All right. There it goes. All right. So, Anjali, energy reading and angel guidance. Absolutely. And I do have Return of Spirit deck here, which I do want to use for your. It's like an energy and angel, because it's the fractal imaging, which I feel is very energetic. So let's take a look here and see what they have for you, Anjali. I'm just going to combine them both together. All right. You got caretaker. And then when you look at this, let me see if I can get the light so you can see it. There it goes. So if you look at it, what do you see in here is a special message just for you or anyone else that's looking at it. And then I see what they intuited through that. Maybe. Come on. All right. Yeah. So I'm trouble training the page. I was going to have to do the whole lick and move the page. It says, "You are an endless giver." No way. If anyone has a need or requires assistance in any way, you are right there to help. Essentially, you are an earth angel. Every life you touch is made better, whether you know it or not. Your heart is big, and the support and love you give is even bigger. You are one of the souls who are here to either nurture the or the people in it. Very fitting. However, there comes a time when we have to consider our own needs over others. We have to make our own well being a priority, even if that means others. You have to come first right now. Although it may feel as though it is going against your very nature to do so, it is vital that you put yourself first. Your physical and emotional well being needs to be nurtured and maintained. This ensures that when you do give to someone else, what you give has substance. Your personal value cannot be defined solely in what or how much you give to others. Your value and worth as a person come from all the incredible qualities that make you you. Maybe this is the time you finally say no or create a boundary. In some way, it is time to give to yourself and restore a balance in your life. You are a beautiful soul with much to give and a beautiful soul who deserves to receive. If there's something you need, or if you could use a little assistance, Spirit is encouraging you to allow others the opportunity to give to you. You know from your own experience how good it feels to give. So now you need to give the ultimate gift and allow someone else to give to you. It's time to allow the caretaker care of. I love it. So, perfect message for you for this time in your life, Anjali. And that is what they have for you this evening. So, many blessings. All right, Rachel, you are up. And then Divine Light, you will be up after that. So, Rachel, you receive a message from TJ soon? Okay. Oops. My keyboard. Let me move that back a little further. I'm about to disconnect us all, and I don't want to do that. I'll make sure I click over here so it doesn't do anything. Okay. Wow. So, first card you got was the Two of Wands, and then you also got the Lovers here, which, so of course, this Two of Wands has to do with like wherever we focus our energy is where it grows and what expands. And so they are giving you this message of, whatever you focus on most is what is going to move the fastest. And so if we focus on what's not happening or who's not in our life or what we don't want in our life, that grows instead of being grateful for what is in our life or even being grateful that, like TJ will contact me in the perfect timing. I'm grateful that they will. It'll be the perfect timing. And then we give it, we don't go, what if he doesn't? What does it mean? Does it, if we do that, then we're just expanding it. So they also have the Six of Pentacles here, which is about giving and receiving. And I kind of feel like that card that Anjali just had about the caretaker is kind of the codependency awareness card. As I was reading it, I'm going, this sounds exactly like the Six of Pentacles when it pops up, because it's about equal giving and receiving and not feeling like you have to overgive and it's time to give to yourself. And this timing that you have right now of the pausing and the waiting is for you to take care of yourself and move inward here. Now, you do have the Heart of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords, and it means communication and balancing of heart and mind. So, with the sword coming up, sword is about communication. And I feel like with it being this particular deck, getting to the heart of the communication, um, and eh, they have been doing this mirroring thing with some questions. And so you're waiting for someone to act out of love or contact us or something to unfold. We can ask ourselves the question that we're asking, but you reverse it and ask yourself, like, will you receive a message from yourself soon? And what aren't you hearing from yourself, right? What messages are yourself, your soul, your shadow, what is it telling you, and what aren't we listening to? Because they are giving us a message but we haven't heard it, and so we're going, will I hear from myself soon? Am I going to listen to myself soon? You can kind of look at that too while you're waiting. I do feel that it will happen, but I do feel that the delay becomes smaller and smaller the more you look into yourself and what mirror you are seeing in this situation about yourself. How are you not responding to you? How are you, ghosting yourself or neglecting yourself? And so we can look at oh, this is why this thing is happening in my life because my inner child and my soul and spirit posse of support are all going, this is about you. We're having this happen so you could take this action and free yourself and rise yourself and care for yourself. So I like that for you, Rachel, but that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings for you. All right. So divine light, you are up next. And then, hey, Seo Shanta, you'll be up after that. So, what messages do the angels have for you? Oh, okay. They do want to go to this sacred forest oracle for you. So, we'll take a look at that. Thank you guys so much for being here. And I just love feeling your support and your love and thirst to hear from the spirit world too. So, you got the wood nymph with beauty. So, this is for you, divine light. See if I can get it a little. There it goes. Pretty card there. And that's card number 52. So I think that's probably almost the last one in the deck, is it? It is. It's the last. And it says, radiant, glorious beauty is growing within you. Let beauty be your North Star to guide you. What feels as well as what looks lovely will sustain and nourish you. Your ability to see inner depths around you is in direct correlation with a remarkable, sumptuous life. Create harmony and peace within your home, even doing so in small ways, such as a vase of flowers, a scented candlelit bath. Any of that can make a difference. Relax and surround yourself with comfort and elegance. The more you acknowledge beauty in your environment, in yourself, in others, the more it will fill your life. You are truly and utterly gorgeous and lovable. The luminescence around you will grow. And the nymphs of ancient Greek folklore are beautiful, supernatural beings of the forest. Their appearance in this card symbolizes that your own beauty, both inner and outer, is growing. There are many accounts of travelers walking through a forest and seeing wood nymphs bathing in the sunlight in a grotto or next to a stream or pool, singing or dancing. Follow the example of the nymphs. Relax, spend time in nature, and sing and dance with joy. And the spirit of the wood nymph says, remarkable spiritual beauty is growing within you. Be aware of the beauty that is around you, and splendor will expand in your life. Create beauty in your home, even in the smallest ways, and an inner peace will radiate out of you. I like it. So that is what they have for you right now. So surround yourself with beauty and see your inner beauty. And I kind of feel like they're telling you to spoil yourself a little too. I don't know. Maybe that was just me hearing that, but maybe that resonates. That's what they have for you, Divine Light. So many blessings for you. All right, Seo Shanta, you are up. Hey, Jay Lynn, you are up next. So, um, are there any hidden enemies? Spirit, would you like to reveal to me? If not, what messages they have for me? Any okay, not enemy spirit, but any like hidden enemies that spirit wants you to know about, or and if not, anything else. So let's take a look here. Anyone you need to be aware of that doesn't have your highest experience in store. Any human that you need to be aware of. Okay. No, I don't see any danger of anyone else there. I mean, they give you the strength card here, showing you the power that you have when you connect to your higher self, that you are so courageous and so strong. There's nothing, to be afraid of there because they're like, no, here's the strength card. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune card too, which is great. It's 10 endings and new beginnings. And this is means it's turning in your favor. And so there's something that's changing in your life that's actually really wonderful. It's like it brings something great in. And you have the Eight of Wands too, which two things. One is that it's whatever's coming is coming fast. It's like fast energy. But the Eight of Wands also being spiritual energy. These are all these messages that are coming in from spirit too. So it's kind of being aware and looking around and um, try not to be so busy and too distracted. Just really be aware of your surroundings because you're going to see a lot of synchronicities that way that you wouldn't if you were looking around everywhere and busy 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 trying to get to one place. Excuse me. And you also have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is this movement from kind of focusing on some of the fear emotions, some of the disappointments, some of the drama and maybe trauma in your life, but you're ready to let go of that. I feel like this 5 is really a number of change with this Wheel of Fortune and this energy and all this, communication from spirit in, and that strength card especially too. I really find that you have, completed doing some heart surgery on yourself. I mean, literally, and that you are ready to move into that Two of Cups, which is relationship, but I feel like more your power of choice, your power of emotional choice, and you really are learning to not have to um, like you that it's not a fixed emotion that you have to feel in a situation, whereas before it's like, okay, when it happens, this is how I have to feel. And then we feel out of control, right? Because we're like, well, what if that comes around the corner? I'm going to have to react that way. But now you're realizing, like, no, I get to choose. Yeah, I get to choose. So maybe I do want to feel that way and I'm going to feel that way. But also, I can choose not to. And I can choose to feel that for 5 minutes and then that to 5 minutes and switch back. I really feel like you with these changes and that this is what creates this change, this Wheel of Fortune change in your life as well. So I don't feel there's any hidden enemies. I feel like the hidden enemy would be the old emotions, the old beliefs and minds. That's what um, is like like someone lights a match and they go, "Psst." It's like what puts out the fire and the spark, and it's like, oh, though that's the true enemy. That's our true challenger, right? And so that's what spirit is just having you look at right now, is focusing in on that power of emotional choice, because you're done with the heart surgery. You've felt enough of the things that you wanted to feel, at least for now, and it's expanding things for you. So I like it. All right. Well, that's what they have for you, Sia Shanta. So many blessings. All right, Jay Lynn, you are up. And then Diva, Dolphin, you'll be up after that. So I am well. What energy has a hold on you? Major energy migraine today. Oh, I'm sorry. I know this weather, though, hot and cold and hot and cold and cold, cold, cold and teens and then hot, hot, hot. It's like a roller coaster. Let's take a look here. What energy would you like Jalen to know about, please? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, you do have the Nine of Swords, so the definitely not Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, which is definitely energy that's coming in here. You're monkeying around, right? But there is this energetic block in here, and there's something that's holding you back. And it does have to do with the Justice card, which I'm sure you've already looked at your Justice 1111 portal reading. If you haven't, be sure to check that out. And if you already have, um, if you have any fire, I would say, look at one of the fire signs, whichever one that you're drawn to that you haven't looked at already, whether Aries, Leo, Sag, because I feel like that's where the balancing of energy is, where they want regarding these truths that need balancing in order for you to move through that. And you will. I do feel like whatever this is that you are is coming up to you, you move past it because you do have your full card, which is new adventure, and the Eight of Pentacles is moving up in the outside world. So you are ready for this. You're ready to let this energy go. But I really feel that Justice card popping up. It's looking into the 1111 portal, because I feel there's pretty serious energies in there for you, for this point in your life. There's some um, really important truths that can be let go, that are small t truths, and you're really grasping beautiful capital T truths that are rooted in the higher realms. So I really, really like that for you. So that's what I would check in there for you, whichever one of those fire signs that you are um, attracted to. And for ease of use, here is the playlist for the 1111 portal readings. And so, any of you, if you haven't checked them out, be sure to check that out, because that energy still will impact us till the end of the month as we get closer to the 1212 portal, which is a pretty interesting portal. I'm going to be recording those readings here coming up, and I'm pretty stoked with the messages that they're giving me just on what the portal is about. But not going to tell you yet. No secrets. Okay. So that's what they have for you, Jalen. So many blessings for you there. And we send you a whole lot of energy to help lessen that pain and suck it out of your ear, and we'll just grab it and grab it. It's what I used to do with people at work when I worked in a call center. They'd have a headache, and I would just reach in with my hand, and I would just either pull it out of the front of their head or out of the back of their head. And whatever I was doing, they were just like, "Oh my god." They would feel it pulling out in that direction. So I'm doing it for both of you right now. Just pulling it out of all these different directions. If anyone else has a headache, just take a deep breath, and let's pull the pain out and replace it with love inside. Mm. Well, the headache that I was starting to get went away. So hopefully yours did too. All right. So many blessings to you, Jalen. All right. Dollface Diva, you are up. And then Queen Angie, you will be up after that. So, Dollface Diva, will you and Eric's date tomorrow be good? Okay, let's take a look. See what we got going on. What will this date go like tomorrow? Okay. All right. I like it. You got the Four of Cups. So it's a very balanced emotions that are happening, because the four is a very balanced and cups are the emotions. And so, there's, the regular stuff, the regular, you know, human emotion stuff that our human likes. And we're like, okay, this is fun. This is, we're enjoying ourselves and all that. And then you have the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands. And so this is fire. This is great energy, great movement of energy, and focus of energy. So I feel like there is, like this passion and fire. I feel like someone's going to want to lead, though, as well, because it's kind of like the entrepreneur and in control kind of card a little bit too. So if um, if they're in charge of the day, let them be in charge of the day. let them, decide on things to do and go with the flow, even if it's something that you feel you'd be bored with. Because sometimes these cups, the individuals looking at these other cups on the outside and going, oh, this is not going to be fun. But there's this new love that's here that's really behind everything. And so I feel like just just go with the flow and give everything a chance. Um, Live in the heart and in the fire, and there was no swords, so stay out of your mind. And just enjoy, um, the unfolding of whatever happens. And but try not to control it and try not to be in your head, because I feel like they want to lead, and it's like, okay, I'll let you. So that's how you can allow it without feeling like they're overstepping their bounds. You can be like, I'm leading by allowing them to lead. So that's what they have for you. So I am excited for your day tomorrow, Diva. So many blessings. All right, Queen Angie, you are up, and then Pooja Gupta, you will be up after that. So Queen Angie, you like a general reading for what's coming towards you. Okay. See what we got going on here. All right. Well, whatever's coming towards you is taking its good old time, and it's patience and balance, temperance coming in. So it's taking a little bit of time. Things are balancing out. So one thing that is coming your way is balance in your life. It's not going to feel as out of control because you also have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about moving from choppy waters to calmer waters, and it's the changing of old mindsets to new mindsets too. So, it's very balanced. When you look at both of these together, you got three swords and three swords. So there's this balancing out of the mind and the mindsets and things going on there. And then you also have the Sky Father, which is normally the Emperor. It's card number 4, and that is also balanced because a 4 is like a table with 4 huge legs on it. It's a very stable foundation, and this is about taking charge and really organizing and getting things like in order. Just really um, this balancing energy. So whatever this is that's coming in for you, I do feel this is you really. Um, Taking a good hold of your thoughts and your beliefs, and with whatever is blowing up in your world, whatever is like tornado going on, balance is coming. Things will balance out kind of on their own. But the thing that you can do with it all is realize I'm the emperor of my kingdom. I get to decide for me. I don't decide for anyone else. And I get to look at, those expectations that I have inside me. I'm the one who's policing those. I'm the one that's putting on someone else. So that's one of the big ahas in life, is when someone doesn't live up to our expectations, is that fault or our fault for putting it on them? Same thing. And, because I used to have, when I would talk to reps or friends and stuff, and they're like, well, everyone should have expectations. And I'm like, well, if I expect you to give me $1,000 right now, so is it your fault that you're not going to live up to what I want? Or is it my fault for putting that on you? And they're like, oh, I see. It is your fault. So, um, great information coming through here for you, but great balancing that's coming in as well. So I like it for you, Queen Angie. So many blessings for you. Pooja Gupta, you are up next. And thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you've already given the video. It definitely helps spread the Zen love. And thank you so much for being a part of helping spread that love to the world. So thank you guys so much. You always blow me away. All right. All right. Pooja, you're up, and then Jazz. So Pooja said you always have. Okay. All right, let's take a look here. This connection aligned with your soul. Is it meant to be? Well, obviously, it was meant to be for what it was so far, because otherwise it wouldn't have happened. That's the whole thing with divine interactions. So what we're really looking at is like, is it um, destined to come back and be something different than it was? So we'll take a look here. All right. So what do you want Pujana to know about Naman? Okay. What else? Okay. Anything else? Okay. Tell me, I just need one more clarification here. Is this new or old? Okay. So your first two cards that came out were the Seven of Swords and then the Heart of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords in the standard tarot. Seven of Swords is like this message of what of my own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets is stealing something from me, stealing my joy, stealing relationships, stealing, opportunities, whatever it may be. And the Queen of Swords is perfect to have with that, because this Ace of Swords that she has connects her to higher truths, capital T truths that are more rooted in the unconditional love of the higher realms, allows you to see things with more of the higher wisdom and see things more clearly. She balances heart and mind, and she's able to look at that and cut away these things, the ones that no longer serve, that and discover what it is, what thought and belief do I have that is keeping me small or keeping me from, could be keeping you from moving on, which I kind of feel is what some of that is. It's this belief, um, like you have an inner feeling that this connection is meant to be, but I feel like they want you to look at that because you have the Hermit card, which the Hermit card is this inner journey that they're asking you to go into and connect to the star, which is your higher self. Again, that Queen, the Heart of Swords, is looking at a higher truth and looking at things from a different place. Because when I was asking, well, is this meant to be? Um, and then they gave me some other cards, and I go, well, is this, the past? Is this Naman, or is this someone new? Is this a different person? And they gave me the Page of Pentacles, which is the Innocence of Pentacles in this deck, which is about new things coming in the outside world. So I feel like that whatever connection was there before was meant on purpose for a purpose, but with them not being there anymore, they were moved out of your life so that you would be able to move into new opportunities. But an important piece of that is to look at those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets around expectations that are limiting and restricting and not allowing you to have this deeper relationship, this more aligned relationship. So it is a time for you to look within with that Hermit card, go in your shell, just kind of step away, review that and look at it, because it is worth it. It is worth it because you have the King of Cups, which is all about the movement of a motion. It's like usually there's a knight with a cup, which is the romantic, which is, this beautiful emotion that comes in, the questing for love. And you have the 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. Look how beautiful that card is. So that's what's waiting on the other side. And so it's taking a look at those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets that you have that are keeping you tied to what could have been, um, because obviously you guys were moved out of each other's lives so that you could move into something more in alignment with where your soul really wants to go. Otherwise, you would be back and they would be telling you, "Yep, reconciliation, old, coming back, but this is new, um, coming up for the future." So it's definitely worth it. I know it's hard when you have those soul ties to someone else. And if you need to do a ritual of some kind, they just, in my mind, I don't do a whole lot of ritual stuff. I do more energetic, but they were showing me two candles. So you have two candles and you, whatever, not a big rope, of course, just like a little between them. And you just set, light both candles and then just burn that little twine to where they fall apart. And that breaks the soul connection between you, that emotional connection. Now, do it somewhere safe and don't set your house on fire, please, if you do decide to do that. It's like, oh, look, no. So be careful with that. But if that resonates, but that's what spirit has for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, Jazz, you are up, and then Sun and Moon, you'll be up after that. Let's take another quick drink here. Enjoying my ginger and lemon tea. Still haven't cracked open my cranberries. It was just a busy day. All right. So, general for tomorrow for you, Jazz. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Well, interesting combination here. Three major, excuse me, three major arcana. What? So you got the Hermit card, which is about you stepping back and looking into yourself. Um, and I feel it's about this because you've got both the Lovers card and the Commitment card, the Hierophant card. So there is this um, stepping away before making any decisions on anything like that. It's important for you to step away in your life and make sure you're taking time for you to really understand what kind of commitment that you do want around this kind of relationship situation, and um, understand what's the drive, what's the expectations, what does your heart really want, not your mind, just your mind. It's like really journaling or reflecting and just spending some time doing that. And so tomorrow seems to be like this internal kind of day. It's almost like I'm seeing like a really cloudy day where it's not wanting to go anywhere. It's cold and maybe snowing, or I don't see snow though. I just see it like dark and maybe some mist, and it's like a time of tea, hot tea, and journaling and reflecting and just sitting by the window, staring out with music playing, something not distracting and not looking at your phone, just really some alone time and reflecting in on that. So I kind of feel like that's what is on par for tomorrow for your, yeah, for your enjoyment, because you have the devil card too. So four major arcana. What is going on in your life, Jazz? Yeah, like these. Must be at a big, huge pivotal point in your life. Pivotal. I always say pivotable. It's a pivotable time of your life, because this is like bringing your shadow, bringing up all these things in the outside world for you to look at and deal with, and reflect on these beliefs that you've had for so long that they're saying that's old stuff that was good for back then and back when, that helped defend you and help protect you, but you're not in need of that anymore. So those old defense mechanisms don't need to be there anymore. And so I feel like there's these things that are moving and things that you're becoming aware of just in your life. I mean, you've been having some pretty serious cards come out on your uh, your generals. So that's what they have for you, Jazz. So many blessings to you. All right, Sun and Moon, you are up, and then Kiki Kuin, I probably didn't pronounce that right, but you're up next, regardless. So, should you reach out to Pisces tonight and ask him to meet for dinner on Wednesday? He wants to think about things. Oh, let's take a look here. Spirit's advice about you initiating to get together. Um, I probably would wait because you have the Five of Wands. So it's like if you got together, the Five of Wands is about conflict and see the little hellfire spinning around, firestorm or some other kind of storm, but it's conflicting, right? The five is the this bringing this fire up because they have the Eight of Swords. And so, what Spirit is saying, rather than contact um, him to ask him to get together, like Spirit is asking you to contact yourself and get together with you, with yourself, because you have the Eight of Swords here, which the Eight of Swords is about you really looking into your own thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that are making you feel binded and restricted and trapped. And, like this rose that's surrounded by all those thoughts and beliefs, and it's not allowed to be itself, right? It's being kept contained. And so I like that because it's like, um, I feel like they're saying, at least at this point, is you wait for them to contact you. And in the meantime, you get together with you because you um, get to think about things. All that the Eight of Swords is thinking. It's your thoughts and your beliefs. And the Three of Pentacles is about you not moving, like you being the authentic you. What do you want in your life? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? Don't look to the other individuals, the people that you're afraid will um, you know, when you choose to do what you want to do with your life, that they'll be all "Brah, brah, 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 brah," it's like, oh gosh. Because there's three ants in here. There's usually three people. You creating something beautiful, expressing your authentic self to the world, and then the other two. One's the complainer and the backstabber and the dream buster and the blah, blah, blah. The other person's a supporter that just maybe has some suggestions about how you can go about something. And because we don't want to lose their support and have them go with these other people, we'll bend because we don't want to lose their support or lose them out of our life. Or, so there's this be the authentic you, yourself out on a date and take yourself on a date night and have conversations with yourself and really look at what are your thoughts and beliefs that are limiting you, what fears of losing conditional love are there, and what's at the root of it, and how is it keeping you from living the authentic you. Because I feel like, you know this will an opening for you. This will allow you to see, yeah, I don't need someone to be in my life. I don't need, their opinion is their opinion. And actually, their opinion is none of my business. That's one of my favorite things, is someone's opinion of you is none of your business, because they're looking in a mirror and we don't even know what they're seeing because we're the mirror, and we're not out looking in. So we just know they're looking at us going, oh my gosh. And they're like, what are you seeing? And they're like, ah, and they run away. And you're like, wow, wonder what they saw. And well, they saw themselves, and that's what we can't help, what other people are reflecting and seeing, and all that. We only can be responsible for what we're seeing in the mirror that we're looking in. And so I feel like that's what they're wanting to do right now, is you don't need to initiate it, because what they think and what they see isn't anything. It doesn't mean anything about you. It's them. It's like my mom. When my dad had some wanderings in his life, in their marriage, and like in between my I have an older brother in between us, and it devastated my mom. She was very young, and then years later they divorced, and he continued. He got married a second time and a third time. He just recently got married a fourth time. He's at a different place in his life now, of course, because he's almost 80. But he even after 3 marriages, and it was only like, maybe less than 10 years ago, it was still bugging whenever my mom heard my dad's name or it came up in conversation or they're coming to visit, when we all lived up in the same area, and it was, like, hurtful. And when she realized that, well, I told her, I go, "Obviously, it wasn't you that was making him unhappy." And she's like, "How do you know?" And I'm like, "Well, because he was married a second time, a third time, dated people in between all of those too. So if it was just you that was making him unhappy, then wouldn't he have been happy with someone else? And the next one, or the next one, or the next one, because he was unhappy on the inside. No one was going to be able to make him happy. You can give someone the entire world and they could still choose to be unhappy, right? And so that's not our place. We don't have that power. We can only sweep in front of our own door and really look inside our own selves and see, okay, what am I seeing in that mirror? What fears do I have? What beliefs do I have? And that's what they're wanting you to kind of look at if you so choose, Sun and Moon. So many blessings to you. All right. Kiki Kuin, you are up. And then Cynthia, you'll be up after that. All right, Kiki Quinn, you want a general reading, and I'm being drawn over here to the Cosmic Journey Oracle. So let's take a look and see what they have here for you. All right. Thank you guys so much for your patience as I work my way down the chat. That is the list. So if you're new to my channel, that is how it works. You just have to be subscribed to be able to chat, and then you just put your chat, and then I just go down as many as I can within a couple hours, and I go in order. So easy breezy. If you don't want to put your whole business out there, like a specific name or situation, because I understand there's times we don't want to do that, you can just ask for a general reading, and Spirit knows what you're asking for. So Kiki, you have this card here, which I cannot read backwards because it's mirrored, but I will read it now. It says, "Synchronicity is a love letter from the universe across time and space." I like it. And then the message that comes with that says, "Ahoy, there's magic afoot. This card asks you to make magic by looking at everything anew, from the understanding of the language of signs, symbols, and synchronicities. The question or issue at hand is not simply black or white." So, whatever you're inquiring about or what is on your mind, you're called now to look with new eyes, hear with new ears, and feel in new ways. A song might not just be a song. There's magic in the right lyric at the right time talking to you. A piece of artwork that catches your eye at the right moment could be the answer you seek. A tidbit of a conversation you overhear could contain the exact message you need at this time. An animal that crosses your path in a suspicious, I'm sorry, auspicious, not a suspicious way. Yeah, those suspicious animals. So, an animal that crosses your path in an auspicious way may have a symbolic meaning meant exactly for you at this moment. There's an interconnected entanglement in our world that's not simply cause and effect, and you cannot make sense of it with your rational brain. So, trust all the synchronicities and everything. See things, take a step back, see things with new eyes, hear things with new ears, and see what you see that's different. And you have a cosmic catalyst question, which is what past seeming coincidences can I look back on and make magic with a different perspective? And a little cosmic checkbox if you want to um, do this, if it resonates, is open up your favorite book and flip to page 25 for a message. I'm just wondering if what is on page 25 of this one. Getting nudged. And at the top, it says, I know I haven't asked you for a comment yet. Your divine destiny is opening to the mythic story you're scared to proclaim. The ascending silver age. It's not an accident you were created silver dragon when you were a kid. So I feel like there's go to page 25 of your favorite book, and I think there's going to be some sort of message there. But I love that. It says, no, I have not asked you to comment yet. Because listen, step back and see what you can see with new eyes. So I like that for you, Kiki Kuin. So many blessings to you. All right, Cynthia, you are up. And then Mysterious Lover 25, you'll be up after that. So hello, Cynthia. Will your friend Tazia get pregnant next year? She has been trying for like a whole year. Nothing. Oh. Okay, let's take a look here. So what she likes. Tazia and birth. Okay. What else? Okay. Okay. So there is the movement of pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles in the tarot, which, of course, slow moving seasons. It takes time. It will happen. It's just going to take time to unfold, and it's about the patience of it. Because Three of Pentacles, there's three. So Mama, Papa, baby. So I do feel that's what that means. And then also the 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment, which of course is what brings so much, there's so much love we get, but I know I've had so many, um, especially moms, when their first baby, and it's just like it changes the world. And I've even have some of my male friends who had babies, and I was just like, oh my god, like my brother especially, he's military. He's retired military now, but he was military, and he's just very kind of but when he had twin daughters wrapped around his little finger, and then when he had his first grandchildren, even more so. So I know this 10 of Cups feeling that's coming for her. It's just going to take time. Is it going to be this year? Will you let us know if it's going to be this? Okay. We got the Three of Cups and the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is stabilized energy, and Three of Cups is a joy and celebration card, but it's all about the spirit world too. The Three of Cups is a special card between spirit and which represents the spiritual posse. So it's like them saying, "Leave it up to us. We got it handled." It's like trust the timing, but I do feel that they will. Um, because you even asked next year, so let me see if it's going to be next year. Will it be next year? Yeah. So 10 of Wands, it's the ending of old energy and beginning of a new energy. So it's like the burden of the path is going to be let go. because the 10 of wands is like the ending of it, and then and it also can be the harvest too. So I do feel it will be next year. There's something about just um has to do with her feeling safe and not in fear. So yeah. So heart of getting to her into her thoughts and her beliefs and her mindsets and balancing her heart and her head. Because there's some, the swords are about the small t, that capital T truth. It cuts away the small t truths that are the fears of losing a conditional love and fears. So I feel like um the energy around her with that 10 of wands, there's like this great amount of energy that's there that is keeping her from um like a lot, like her body's not allowing her to have it because she feels a lot of this energy of fear. And so if she can work on that and lowering her fear noise, and if it's breathing or if it's understanding her fears and looking into them, then that will help, also. So I kind of feel like that's what they're saying is she has to provide a safe, she has to feel like she's in a safe womb so that her body feels like she has a safe womb, if that makes sense. So that's what they have for her, Cynthia. So many blessings for you. All right. Mysterious Lover, 25, you are up, and then Fairy Wish for that. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. So, is your ex Sonia coming back into your life? Okay, let's take a look here. Anything else? Oops. Be right back. Oh, okay. So this is the card that fell on the floor that came flying out of the deck, which is the Three of Swords, which is the disappointment card. The expectations equal disappointment, heartache. So I don't feel like, I mean, that obviously is a very strong message there. Let me see what these other cards are here for you too. So you do have other things coming in here. So I like that they didn't just give you that card because that would kind of suck. I understand that. But you have the Chariot card, which is movement, and there's this victory that is coming your way, headed your way. You have the Spirit of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles. So there is this change that's happening in your life that is allowing you to be more in alignment with your authentic self. The Three of Pentacles really speaks of not worrying about other people's opinions and drawing you off of your authentic path and being who you are. Like sometimes maybe you feel like you have to change in order to be, keep in a relationship or draw people to you. And I need to be who they want me to be. Otherwise, they're going to leave, that type of, you know, um, expectations and fears that are with those. But this is you really getting this solid foundation in who you are and allowing yourself to express yourself and be yourself. And I feel like when you do that, I mean, that's when you get Two of Cups. That's when you find love again. But you're drawing love into you, to you, of someone that loves you for you and not someone that you have to try to be for them, because it's like there's always something that isn't um meeting up to their standards, and there's always a discussion. I feel like with your previous, with Sonia, it was like there was always a discussion about, well, this is what should have happened and this is what you should have known to do this. I kind of feel like there's always just as you felt like any moment you were going to do you didn't even know what it was because your expectations and your mindsets of how you were raised were very different, I think, from hers. And that's what caused a lot of, you know, I didn't even feel like there were arguments. I feel there was just her, telling you who you should be, and you loved her, that you were just like, "Oh, okay, I'll try to do better." Um, and it's like, no, you don't need to be, because you be your authentic self. There's someone that's gonna love you for you, and it's not gonna be work. Because you have the innocence of swords, which would be the page of swords, which is new communication, also new truths, and it gives you this ace of swords, allows you to cut away some old thoughts and some old beliefs that you have about yourself too, and about what a relationship should be and supposed to be and have to be and need to be, and who someone else is to be. And I feel like that's what caused the relationship to kind of uh, end, was because of all these disappointments, these things that weren't being lived up to. And you don't need that. There's freedom, there's a more free flowing, loving relationship that's for your future. So, people don't leave us, we don't leave people. We're moved out of each other's lives on purpose, for a purpose. There's no accidents, and we're moved out to clear ways for us to go in the direction that's more in alignment for our next stage of our lives. So that's what they have for you, mysterious lover. So many blessings to you. All right, fairy wish, you are up next, and then Empress Beauty, you will be up after that. Oh, went flying down there. Let me just scroll back here a little bit. Well, okay, there we are. So will Athi and Sharu divorce? Okay, let's take a look here. Well, there is movement here in thoughts and beliefs and expectations. They have the Spirit of Swords too, which is the King of Swords. So there's a lot of thinking going on here, and a lot of working through things. I see the Hermit card here. I almost feel like there's separation right now with the Hermit. I feel like they're way thinking about things on what they want to do next. So has a decision been made? Well, they got the Knight of Pentacles. It's taking time. Things are unfolding very slowly. So they're taking their good old time. Okay. And then things speed up, lickety split. So it's been going really slow, but whatever's going to happen is going to be happening really, really fast here. Let me see here. Well, they got the Justice card here, so there's going to be some, I kind of feel like some legal stuff that's going to be happening there. And it was interesting because they got the Six of Wands and the Strength card that's coming through. And I almost feel like one is one and one is the other. So like the Six of Wands is victory and recognition and fieriness. And the other is Strength card, which is I feel like someone who's really turned inward into themselves and found some inner strength. Um, so they're not really telling us, are they? They're like, I don't think decision has been made yet, and they don't want us to know about the future. But let's see here. And then the Heart of Swords. So Queen of Swords. More thinking, more thinking and balancing out of things. So I feel like with that Hermit card, they're just in separation. Even if they live in the same house, I feel like they're in separation and they're thinking about things. They're really, really, deeply thinking about stuff. and finding out what they want. And but a decision is coming. It's been a while, it seems, because that Knight of Pentacles is just like the outside world. It's seasons, it takes time. All the other knights are faster moving on the inside, slow. And then suddenly a decision's gonna be made, but they won't tell me what the decision's gonna be yet. Um, but I feel like they're in separation right now. Let's see. Anything? No. Heart of Cups, Queen of Cups, diving deep into their emotions too. So they're thinking about everything, diving into their emotions, and they're making decisions. So Spirit is not telling us. They're saying unless one of those is you, but but then you would know. Are we in a divorce? And if you're asking if the other person is going to make the decision, that's a different question, right? But well, the Earth Mother card just popped out, which is about a new birth, and so that can also go both ways. It could either be that it ends and they have a new birth, or it could be that they have a new, they decide that they do want to stay together, and then they re commit and try to do things to create a new life together. So they are not being forthcoming with that, but hopefully that information at least helps with what you were wanting ish to know. But right now, they're just like keeping it a mystery. Things are unfolding slowly, but an answer will come very quick. Um, so we'll soon know. All right. So that's what they have for you, Frey Wish. So many blessings for you. All right. Empress Beauty, you are up next. And then Rio, welcome and thank you for being a new subscriber. All right. And so why is he disrespecting over $40? Oh, so is he doing $40? Let's see here. Well, let's see what these are here. Well, you got pentacles and pentacles, oh, and cups and wands. Okay. Yeah, it has to do with, because here's pentacles, right? So, Nine of Pentacles is in like an inner journey of trying to find this inner fulfillment of wholeness and completeness. And the Three of Pentacles is, of course, them trying to be their authentic selves and um, trying to do things. And I feel like this, here's the Eight of Cups too, which is about leaving behind old emotions that aren't serving. And then also the Heart of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands, which is about taking action and movement forward in this. And I feel like they it's like they're trying to get ahead and trying to do some things for their life, and they feel like they're just constantly like, I almost feel like they feel like there's holes in their pocket. They just feel this money's dropping out, and they want to do some stuff with their life. They want to make a change, and so I almost feel like they're um, I don't want, like they're being stolen from in life, not like specific like those $40. That's why there's more going on. It just, they feel like everything is just taken away in their life. And of course, when that happens and all this, that they're looking at these old emotions that they can leave behind and move forward. They're in this kind of fear place where they are um, like just trying to, they're showing me someone that just grabbing stuff and trying to hold on to as much stuff as they can. Now they're showing me, if you ever seen The Jerk with Steve Martin, it's an old movie. But when he was like kicked out of his house, he was like, all I need is this lamp. I'm just going to take this lamp. He's just taking things and just trying to hold on some stuff because it's feels like security. And I feel like money right now is security for them. And so they're in a fear mode, and when we're in fear mode, we're not in our regular mind. We act out of our minds, right? We act very much like a dictator, or a cult leader, or someone that's just trying to get control and trying to, do whatever it needs to feel safe again and to feel in control again. And so that's the energy is very much an energy of fear. And so there is more going on, that something triggered their fears. It's not just the $40. So you're exactly right on point, Empress Beauty. There's something else that, like several things that have been triggering, where he feels like has been stolen out of his life, and he just feels like his life is out of control. And so his little inner child feels out of control. So it's weep, weep into fight or flight mode. And it's just trying to do whatever it feels it can do to feel safe. And that's what's going on. So only thing you can do for them is just give them love, um, and if they want to talk, but I have a kind of an inkling that they're like just in this place of walls up to protect themselves. So that's what they have for you, Empress Beauty. But I feel like you're right on track there. All right. So Rio, you are up next. And June. Thank you, thank you. Good evening, and thank you on the 1,000, and for anyone that has just joined since the beginning, anyway, of this broadcast. I do have a link, and I'm not sure if when you guys come into the chat, if you could see the previous things or not. So let me just throw it in there anyway. But uh, because I reached 1,000, over 1,000 subscribers, I have my drawing that you can enter for a chance at winning a 1 hour personal recorded reading, and I'm giving away 10 of them. So here is the video if you want to check that out and see how you can get into the drawing. So thank you very much for that. Thank you, Empress Beauty, as well. All right, Momo, thank you as well. I really appreciate you guys so much. So Momo, you will be up next after Rio. So, what are ETA's feelings towards you? Okay, let's take a look here and see what they have. All right. All right. Well, you have the Ace of Wands, which is like new passion, which is a good card to get because that means there's a spark that they have for you. Ten of Pentacles is they see you as someone who is um, will help them have a fulfilling external life as well. And that can mean a lot of things for a lot of different people, but it just in their mind they just feel like it will be their life would be full having you there with them. um they also have I mean, the Sun card, which is like one of the most victorious cards. It's like very, very bright, and the Sun card, which is a wish fulfillment card. So two very, very bright cards, one that brightens up the day and one that shines in the night. And so I feel like they really, really have this strong attraction for you. However, they also are very patient, and they're working out things. I don't know how long it'll take them to actually um, take action on those feelings, but it feels like they're balancing out their thoughts and their beliefs and their mindsets and things. And so I feel like they have leaped very fast in the past when they have felt like for someone similar in the past, and they got burned by the sun. And so they're like tentatively kind of making sure everything is as it appears for it to be. But yeah, you even got the Page of Cups, which is new love. So definitely, it's this. They're attracted. They see you as someone very bright and wonderful, like a dream come true. But I think they have had that before, And so they're just trying to balance themselves this time. And which is good because things that move very fast tend to, I mean, things that build fast also fall away fast. Things that are slowly built tend to last. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, ETA. So many blessings. All right. Momo, you will be up next. And then June 333, you will be up after that. All right. So, Momo, thank you for the blessings. I will take them all. All right. Is the person you met last week the one who you're meant to be with for the rest of your life? Okay. Let's take a look. Well, okay. What else? Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Okay. So I really feel wow. So you start off with the Wheel of Fortune here, which um there what the spirit is having this card come in for is about fate and about fated relationships, right? And so they're telling you, they're going to tell a little quick story here about your life. This is your life, Momo. So they're saying that, before you come down here, you do decide, and we have all these divine connections, these divine appointments with people that we all agree to meet each other and come across each other's path for mirrors, for growth. And so we have tons of soulmates in our lives, and eventually there might be one that is our last soulmate, that we'll have in our life. And that's, I feel like, is what you're kind of leaning towards. Is this the one, the last one? Because they are showing me that one relationship that you had with someone was someone who was very much an emperor. It says Sky Father here, so I don't know if they were significantly older than you or not, but or if they got like mistaken as your father. That was funny. I was visiting my host that I live here. She's in the hospital, and one of her, she had a roomie, and a nurse goes, "Oh, I think she's here with her dad," and they were like, "No, that's her boyfriend," and that's what I was just reminded of here. But you had someone who was very controlling, um, had things like had it a certain way, and of course that fizzled and didn't go too well because there was this tower, and that person was removed out of your life on purpose for a purpose to have a new adventure and a new journey to come through. So and then the Three of Wands is about going a different direction. So it did take you, this one relationship that they are showing you had took you in this direction, took you in this place. And so the second thing here, I feel like there was maybe a second relationship that this is the codependency awareness card. And so it was someone that you just felt you had to give and give and give and give and give and give and give to deserve anything back. And because of that, you ended up becoming exhausted and then resentful. And they ended up investing their energy outside of the relationship, either in an affair, other people, or workaholic, or working out, hobbies, friends, whatever. But they didn't give you the stuff, the attention, the gifts, whatever. They gave it to everyone else, and so it was like this one-sided, which it was like that ended, um, said, with you feeling resentful and them going outside the relationship anyway, and you're like, "It's okay, psh," it was done. But since then, I feel you've really worked on balancing your outside world, and you really work through the fog of the emotions and understanding of your emotions, and I feel like you've done a lot of work there, which all of this has been faded. All of these have, come to fruition because of that, um, journey that you've been in. And so with experiencing all of those things, yeah, that now you are the movement of cups is the Knight of Cups. Now the person um, that you met last week, if it's not, if you have, if you haven't had those two relationships yet with, then the answer is no. Because after you go through those relationships, then you have the knight in shining armor that comes in. And when they come in, because you've seen all these other things, you are like so appreciative of who they are because you had these other experiences. If you just meet the love of your life in your first relationship, you don't know how good you have it. So when we have these other relationships and these other things, when we meet someone who is very compatible and emotionally mature and more of our match, we're like, "Do you know how awesome you are?" You don't, but now I do, and thank you to these other people because 'cause they've shown me how awesome you are. So, that's what they have for you, Momo, so many blessings for you. Alright, June, you are up. You are very welcome, Tammy and Jessica. Hey, J Star. And so triple, quadruple, X, you will be up next. All right. So, June, what are Robbie's current feelings towards you? Okay, let's take a look here. Anything else? Whoa. Anything else? Okay. Wow. So, the Heart of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. So, starting off, it's a very fiery card, of course, but it's very directive. And I kind of feel like this is what he feels about you in a way that um you just have this glowing personality and this, he sees you as fiery and also that you get things done. You're able to just to really pour your energy into task and stuff done. It's not like you're procrastinate. You get point your wand and boom. You also have an intuition connecting to the spirit realm and you have this gut instinct about things. And I think he sees that with you. Like you're like, yeah, there's going to be a parking spot up here. And then you go there and there is one. And he goes, how did you know that? Just had a feeling, hey, where's that at? I think it's over here. Let's go over there. Yeah, there it is. I'm like, well, how'd you know that? I just had a feeling. It's like that kind of uh, thing, that how you express it there. Now he's kind of in this spot here with meeting you, and is this like it feels like it's going through an ending of an old cycle and the beginning of a new one. It seems like between you guys with the full card here and with all these other cards too, because you've got the Justice card and you've got the 10 of Swords and the 4 of Swords. Now, don't be scared with this one. These are actually good cards because the 10 of Swords is this poor little person is not dead. They're exhausted trying to live up to all these expectations. And so it's exhausted and it's ready. It's like, I can't do it anymore. I can't live up to expectations. I'm just going to be me. And the 4 of Swords is kind of almost similar to that in that these are the 3 of Swords, which is the heartbreak card, the one that we saw a little earlier with a heart with 3 swords stuck in it. And it represents expectations equal disappointment, but they're sleeping on the Ace of Swords. And this is higher truths, truths that are more rooted in unconditional love instead of the fears of losing a conditional love. And so all of this is being balanced out here. Here's the Ace of Swords again. And so they're balancing out all of these thoughts and beliefs and expectations that they had on themselves. And I don't even know if it had anything to do with you because they were inside his head. And so unless there was this, big arguments about, you're not doing not being who I want you to be, blah, blah, blah. That would only add into the swords that you're sticking in there. But he's the one that stuck marks in him because there were all these things that he was taught growing up about this is who you're supposed to be in a relationship. This is how a relationship unfolds, and this is who they're supposed to be in a relationship. Blah, 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 right? And so it becomes exhausting, and that's what takes the air out of the sail of relationships because when we go into a relationship, we have zero expectations because we don't even know who they are, right? So someone walks in and they're this person, and we have no expectations. Like, wow, what an amazing person they are, right? And they still are staying there, the person that they are. But as we start dating, and then we exclusively date, and then we become engaged, and then we become married, it's like our expectations were changing by the status of the relationship because we have all these thoughts that when you date, this is the expectations. When you date exclusively, this is the expectation. When you move in, when you get engaged, when you get married, and then that's why most people when they get married, they go, "Why did they change?" Like they didn't. Just your expectations did. So what happens to the human. And so I feel like all this is going on, and this full card I like because it seems like there's this balancing, like things are coming to a head, and he's realizing that I can't be um all this stuff that I think I'm supposed to be. And I'm not sure if you guys have had any discussions about anything like this, or if this is just him independently going through it on his own. But I kind of feel like that's what's all going on with him, and so there's this like restart going on in his life because he has the star card too here, which is Aquarian energy, but which is interesting. Usually it's like wish fulfillment card and your higher self card, but they're showing me the Aquarius energy type of this, which is Aquarius are air signs. And with all those swords, they do a lot of thinking. I'm an Aquarius sun. I have, so I can talk about it. And so they'll get into their heads and emotions. People think Aquarian suns don't have emotions because they don't see that side. Aquarians have this very organized heart with all these rooms with our emotions in containers because they're water bearers. They know how to contain emotions. They put them in there, and they're even labeled and all up on the shelves. And sometimes people have to ask them, "Hey, can I try some of those emotions?" "Oh yeah, let me give those to you." Now I'm balanced because I have like 7 other signs in water, which bring me into my emotions. But depending on the rest of their chart, that could be going on with them too, where they just are very contained in their mind. So feelings seem to be on hold while they're doing this balancing act and deep introspective mental renewal. So that I didn't see a whole lot of cups going on in there right now. So if that makes sense and resonates, that's kind of where they're at right now. You might just want to stay clear. Let them do their calculating and all that. Or, it depends on where you're at in your relationship. You could also just say, um, do something emotional and so that they can remember they have a heart too. So I like it. Yeah. Because this is the card I was talking about. This is the stuff that they're letting go of, right? The 3 of Swords. So that's what it looks like. All right. So that's what they have for you, June. So many blessings. All right. Double, triple, quadruple X. You are up. And then Cutie Pie DT444. You are up after that. So if is there people playing in your energy? Okay, let's take a look here. So you have the sage, which would be the Hierophant, which is the number 5, which is the number of change and of higher spiritual knowledge. And you also have the movement of cups, which is the Knight of Cups, which is about movement of emotion and pursuit of higher love, of something higher here. And I really feel like with the combination of these two, that it is this awareness of your power and the understanding of how energy works, because they also had me grab the one off the bottom, which happens to be the Innocence of Wands or the Page of Wands, which is you really getting a good eye on what your energy is and how energy works. So I'm like, okay, that all makes sense. So we can't um like how we influence each other in energy is by we make it harder or easier for people to choose emotion and for people to choose which energy that they're going to do, because we have our free will and our power of choice. No one can do curses on us or do things. It's us that give our energy away. So if someone, the example they gave, which is hilarious to me, is like a vampire that comes to your door. And we all, in this story, vampires have to be to your house in order to enter. And so they knock on it and you open the door. First of all, you open the door, you look through the peephole and you go, look, a vampire. What do you want? We've opened the door and they're standing there, right? And so we've had the action of opening up to it and giving them the opportunity to try to weasel our energy from us by us giving it to them. Because the vampire goes, I need to come in your house." And you're like, "No, you're not coming in here." "Well, I need to come in. Let me in." And you're like, "No, I know you can't come in without me asking, so without me, giving you permission, so no." And then they're like, "Okay, fine, then you need to give me 2 pints of blood." And you're like, "I do?" And like, "Yeah, if you're not gonna let me in, you're required to give me 2 pints of blood." And you're like, "Oh, okay." So you go and you give 2 pints of blood and then you give them your energy and they go away, or they stand there waiting for you to give them more. But it's us. You could have just as also easily go, no, or not answer the door, right? And so that's where the energy, people are not they can't play in your energy, but people can make it harder or easier for us to choose, right? So if someone gives you a lot of love and support and um, just joy and laughter, it's going to be easier for you to choose love as well. But if they are yelling in your face and throwing water or pouring something on you, it's harder for you to choose love. But it doesn't mean that you don't that you can't choose differently. It's just you overcoming your own impact to your own energy. They're showing me David Carradine is Kung Fu. This is really old movie too. You might have probably watched it on reruns of reruns and reruns. But he was like a monk that went out into the world from a monastery, like a Zen monastery, and of course, people were always. This is the old West times, and they were treating him like less than human and throwing things, and he'd just be very patient until they were trying to do bodily harm to him or someone else, and then so it's that patience that they were showing me, though, is that we don't have to react if we don't want to, and that's the power that's coming in with this. So if you feel like someone is interfering with your energy, look inside and go, because every moment is an energy of unconditional love of the high, or the fear of losing conditional love in the this realm. So whatever you're choosing between the two, then that's the energy that we're growing, because that Ace of Wands that it was on that card, whatever you focus on is what expands. And so if you focus on what's missing in your life or what you're fearing, then that expands that energy. If you focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and gratitude and what you want in your life, then that expands instead. So that's kind of what they want you to know around energy and playing with energy. You can play with your own energy, but there's not a whole lot you don't have control over anyone else's, and no one has control over yours. Just influence. They make it harder or easier. So stand in your power, and you can open the door to the vampire and make fun of him, and then close the door if you want. But if you go outside your house, look out. No, I'm just kidding. You never leave your house in this story. All right. That's what they have for you. Double, triple, quadruple X. That's up. And Cutie Pie, DT 444, you are up. And then Tani Shah, you are up after that. All right. So, ancestor message. I happen to have these ancestral path tarot just sitting over here waiting for you, Aditi. So let's take a look here and see what they have for you. Looky there. So what do you have? What would you like Aditi to know, please? All right. So you do have the Queen of Sacred Circles, and the Queen of Sacred Circles under tarot. And this is it's new birth, new harvest, abundance coming in your life. But I feel really they're focusing on the nurturing aspect, making sure that you are taking time to nurture yourself. Yeah. Because you also have the Prince of Sacred Circles, which would be the Knight of Sacred Circles. And this is about having patience in what's unfolding in your life. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight out of them all, and it takes time for things to unfold. Just know that the outside world takes time to catch up with the inside world, and we don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. So just have some patience as things unfold. Well, another prince, so another knight. So you do have movement happening in your life. This is movement of thought and belief and mindset. And both of these two knights have a quest, right? So the Knight of Pentacles quests after the Ace of Pentacles, which is about a pursuit of your heightened worth of yourself and how you relate it to the outside world. And this night, they quest after the Ace of Swords, which allows them to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm. So you can cut away some old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around you. And the combination of these two are, cutting away thoughts and beliefs around your worth and who you are, and the worth you have to others. And so it's like cutting away at those fears and opening things up for you, because that's what brings in that new birth too. But it is this mother nature, mother nurturing type of like look into understanding your thoughts and how you're relating yourself to the world. Yeah. And more patience. So you've got the King of Pentacles with the Prince of Sacred Circles. Temperance also is about balancing and having patience. It takes time for things to unfold and to there we go, we can see it a little better there. See how she has one foot in on the solid ground and one in water. This is her emotions, and one in the outside world. So going back and forth, but having patience with things as you are looking into those. Yeah. And then you have the Emperor. And so the Emperor is the card number 4, which is about uh, solid, getting a solid foundation, and the Emperor rules over all the kingdoms. Because you have 4 kings, they are under him. So the Emperor rules over all the kings of those territories. So this is about you really understanding the power you have over your life, and the organization and the stability that you could bring into your life. And so I feel like that's what's going on here right now, is they're having you really look at that. because they also gave you the magician, which shows you your higher self here because of this infinity symbol. And they have their magic wand pointed to the heavens. And so they're the conduit of love, and they bring it pointing down here to the earth. You have everything you need within you. And this is what you're learning with all this, that you have this such a strong power. And so, I mean, you've got an emperor and the magician, and you got the prince of swords and the prince. So, these four cards out of the six are divine masculine energy. And we all have divine masculine, divine feminine energy within us. But the divine masculine energy is more of the I take charge, I initiate, I make the movement, where the divine feminine is more of the I wait, I to do that. So you've got this temperance and this Knight of Pentacles about things take time and it's unfolding, but it's still having you taking this of inside, looking at all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and working on the power that you have in realizing who you are. You don't have to wait on anyone else. That you get to, be this rock star, So that's what they have for you right now, your ancestors, is realize the amazing shaman that you are, the amazing magician, this amazing power that you hold, and you don't have to hide it and keep it small. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you, Aditi. All right, Tani Shah, you are up, and then DK, you will be up after that. Oh, sorry, I went scrolled a little too fast. Okay, there we go. Thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up you've given on the this video already. It really helps spread the love, and I really, really am so amazed at how all of you have been such a beautiful part of helping spread love to the world. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Tani. Will Mr. E reciprocate when you approach him or initiate conversation with him, or will he be reluctant? Let's see here. This Mr. E. What's going on here? Okay. Well, I feel like there's going to be some fire that comes in here because you got it almost looks like the sun here too. We got the sun, which is a positive card. It does light. It is very playful. It does mean victory, and the Five of Wands too. It starts off feeling like this fiery sun, but the five is this transformation of what might start feeling like a little conflicting turns into friendliness and emotions that are more in the place of love. Now you do have the Eight of Cups too, which is about leaving behind old emotions that no longer serve, and they're actually headed off into the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. But I feel like there's an important uh it's not really a warning, it's more of a recommendation from spirit, is when you're making decisions each step of the way with Mr. E, try to close your eyes and trust your gut and your intuition, because we have the mind that we can do, and then you have the moon, which is the gut. And that's different from the heart. The heart loves and it wants and it'll go, look, love, and it'll, but the gut instinct, something like the heart is here and the gut's down here, right? It's like you feel something down here and you're like, hmm, whoop, whoop, little alarms go off, and it's like, don't neglect those, take your time, step through it. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of fire and there's going to be a lot of wonderful things with it. And I feel like they're going to, um, like if you reach out to them, that they will reciprocate. But then also they're like, just trust your gut and your intuition as you're going through it too, because I feel like it's like um a sparkler that there's all this fire and then it fizzes out. Let me see here. Can you give me some confirmation? Yeah. So movement of wands, which is the knight of wands. Fiery, fiery movement, movement, movement. And then it's like a horse that's on fire. I don't know why they're showing me like a Viking or Roman movie or some sort where they set horses on fire to send them into these fields. It was not real, thankfully, um but after they were on fire, then it ended, right? And I don't know why they're showing me that. So they're just like, you know what? Just be aware, try to just pace it. Otherwise it's just going to be like this burst of fire and then and that's what they have. Anything else at all? Okay, I guess so. Yeah. So they do have the hermit, which is turning inside and trusting and really looking to your higher self. This is the combination. The eight is like, again, here's that infinity symbol, you trusting yourself, connecting to your higher self for your strength. And then you have the sage, which is about commitment and about seeing things from, you know, your spiritualness and seeing things from this higher perspective as well. So there is this, they're really emphasizing trust your intuition, trust your gut, see things from a higher perspective, trust your gut, trust your gut, trust your instinct, trust your intuition. So that's definitely a clear message there. So definitely you'll know um, what they mean as you're going through this interaction. Just trust your gut. Okay, that's what they have for you. So many blessings for you. All right, DK, you are up. And N Wise Woman, you are up after that. So, DK, your family is considering a proposal for marriage. Is he the right one for you to get married? Will the proposal eventually turn to marriage? Okay, let's take a look here and see what they have. All right. So let's talk about here. Is he the one for your highest experience? So that's when we say the right one, that's how we'll phrase it. Is it the one that's for your highest experience? Okay. Interesting. Okay. And then will the proposal eventually turn into marriage? Okay. And then how would married life be? All right. So it's interesting because when I asked, is it is it for your highest experience, we got the sun and we also got the disappointment card. So um and I understand it. It's kind of an oxymoron. It's just like our for our highest experience is that which is going to give us the most growth. It's going to take us to the highest levels, give us the stuff that our higher self wanted us to experience in this life, which includes disappointments and understanding them. Because when we experience heartbreak or disappointment, then it turns us inward and upward, which is what then sets us free. And that's why it is of your highest experience, because I feel like it would really bring you to that. So but it's almost like a yes and no. It's like they are, but it's not necessarily the only one. Um, and let me ask that first too. Is there someone else that would be of? Okay, yeah, that makes sense too. So, um, because that would be your highest this individual that for this proposal would be someone that would bring you um, some of your highest experiences, but there's also someone else that could be as well. And this is new passion, new love, someone where you could be your authentic self more instead. Because I feel like with this other marriage, when I asked about will a proposal, there's like this um, hanged man. If you're like when something's loading, it's like it looks like that, right? The hanged man is like time. It takes time. It takes a lot of time. And again, moon cycles. It takes a lot of time, and there's hidden stuff with that too, which is like, hmm. And when I asked, what would your married life be like? You would be spending a lot of time turning inward with the hermit's journey. So you might end up actually spending time quite a bit to yourself, which maybe if they travel a lot or something like that, or but you also have the devil card here, which is the shadow card. It's you, them really rattling your cage of your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, right? That's why this is what happens. Our shadow brings us these disappointing experiences for us to grow through it all. And then there's the movement of pentacles, which is slow. This is the Knight of Pentacles. It's slow unfolding. It's slow unfolding. It takes a lot of like the marriage. It just moves very slow. It almost feels painfully slow. And then there's the Ace of Pentacles. So there's new opportunities that end up coming toward the end of, I guess the evidently the marriage ends because I was just channeling that at the end of the marriage there's other opportunities. So I feel like it ends up not being um like the last marriage if you do that one. I kind of feel like this is the one that is more in alignment with what you want, whereas the other is more of what everyone else wants, because I feel like this you want someone who this like a passionate individual that allows you to feel empowered and allows you to be your authentic self and not all that other stuff. But like we said, there's never right or wrong in the spirit world because there's no judgment. There's only different. So they showed you two different scenarios, right? And so there's not right or wrong. It's like, what are you willing to do, or what do you want to experience? And so with this one, they showed you kind of a really long lot of information, but they also showed you that there could be someone else too, if you so wished, because we are able to have our power of choice, and what is meant for us will never pass us by. That's why I feel like if this marriage proposal moves forward, it feels like it's going to take a long time though, with all those cycles and the hanged man. It's like it's going to just draw out and draw out and draw out and draw out. And I feel like with that, the Ace of Sword, Ace of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles, that it's about you being your authentic you, and that just feels so much like that. That I feel if you got married to this other one, that it would end up in heartbreak at the end, and then you would move on to who the other person will be eventually. So I know, interesting, right? That's what they have for you, DK. So many blessings. This was great. You have your power of choice, right? All right. All right. So, N Wise Woman, you are up next. Hey, King Me. And you will be up after that. So, um, you would like a general. So, I am drawn to the Sacred Forest Oracle. for you, wise woman. Let's see what they have to say for you here. You got the Willow Spirit, flexibility. Card number 43. See if I can. A little lighter there. And, oops, sorry, 48, not 43. It says this card encourages you to be flexible in your life, be willing to bend and even to yield. There is power in doing this as a choice rather than as a forfeit of your will. So even though there are times to stand strong, sometimes the greater valor is to go around a situation rather than face it head on. By being adaptable, you can succeed, whereas someone who is more rigid may not. In rough winds, a strong oak tree may break, while the willow can bend without snapping. Adjust to life rather than fight it. Surrender to the process. And as the willow can weather storms, so you too can weather life challenges. There are many legends regarding the willow tree. It often has associations with gods and goddesses such as Hecate, Artemis, and Mercury. And I might mispronounce some. In ancient Athens, it was a practice of the priests of Asclepius. It's Asclepius. So I know I murdered it, but it was the practice of those priests to place willow branches in their temples in the belief that it would draw mystical healing. The willow was also sacred to poets, for the sound of the wind through the willow was thought to influence poetic expression. In Celtic traditions, the willow has always been known as a tree of dreaming, inspiration, and enchantment. Wow. And the spirit of the willow says to you, be flexible in your life, be willing to bend rather than break, be amenable to change, and you will flourish in wondrous ways. So they are encouraging you a little bit of flexibility with whatever is going on in your life. So I like it for you. So that's what they have for you right now. In Wise Woman. All right. Many blessings. All right, King Me, you are up, and you are. Should you trust Cam? Should you consider a collaboration in business with him? Okay, we'll see what he has to say, and we'll see where we are at after this one. I've almost been on for 2.5 hours, so we'll see how we are doing here. So, should you trust Cam? One card came out and it's the Three of Wands, which is about going a different direction. So this would be a pretty clear no that there's other better options for you to go into a different direction than with them. So that is what is coming up. So all right. So easy, fast answer tonight for you. So many blessings there. Just trust that there will be other opportunities that will open up. All right. So Brenda, so you were angry. What was making you so angry? And suddenly your husband's rocking chair flew from one place to another, smashing a wall um, by the window. What was that? Wow, it's no wind or anything. It just moved and did that. Well, um, I feel like um, that it was your husband, because you've been really talking about him and talking with him, and he's letting you know he's around you. And with your anger, he was trying to get your attention, try to like, um, I don't know if he did this when he was alive, that he would do something to get your attention and distract you, whether he did something goofy or he would, hey, hey, and get you to go, what, and just like, come on, calm down. I think it was trying to get your attention to allow you to come out of fear and come out of that anger by doing something. And so his love energy for you is pretty extreme. And so he joined with your other posse that's around you of spiritual beings and did this so that they would get your attention and kind of in his own little way to tell you to simmer down. He didn't want you to hurt yourself or anyone else, and he didn't like you feeling that way, and so he tried to get your attention, as he had been saying, right, that he was going to try to do things to show you that he was around for sure. So that is what they had for you, Brenda. So there you go. I love it. He is a character. Hey, SDA. Hey, Soul Fam. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. All right, Mira, you are there. And then SDA, you'll be up after that. All right. So let's take a look here, Mira. What is your subconscious trying to tell you? Let's take a look here. What is your shadow, your subconscious, your higher self? All right, let's take a look here. Okay. So your subconscious is telling you that there is this change that's coming here. There's this change that is fated to happen in your life, and it feels, there's so much in our subconscious. We're like 90% of our awareness is subconscious, unconscious, only 10% conscious because everything else is veiled. So there's so much information that's in there. They even say that our Akashic records are down in there. We have a copy of them down inside of all of our past lives and experiences and the little fated events that will unfold. And so I feel like they're trying to bring through to you some of these fated events are happening on purpose for you. Excuse me. And because you have two sevens. And if you think about this, think about like a six of three on each side, right? There's this nice flow and this movement. And then think of a seven as something getting plopped right down in the middle that's blocking your way. And the seven of wands, this isn't the usual for it, but this is what they're wanting you to know is energy, right? So there's this energy block. There's something around your power and your and feeling attacked and feeling like um, people are trying to burst your bubble and trying to um, uh, throw water on your flame to have you become smaller. And the seven of cups is like there's these emotional things that are in your way that are making kind of causing these emotional confusions, which I feel like the energy block is emotional energy block. And that's what's making this confusion and making this stuff happen at this time. And so they're trying to bring up some emotions that can be transformed within you and moving them from this place of defining you in a dimming way to allow you to transform them and convert them into something that uplifting for you and showing you who you really are and your strengths and positive things for you instead of the other direction. So they're having you really revisit some of these old emotions, and I feel like that's what your subconscious is bringing up. Is it's your little child self in the basement, um, sending things up in the little, what they call it, the dead waiter or whatever, not the dead waiter, is what they call it, whatever. It's the thing what they do. They used to put like dishes and stuff in them and having them go down. It's like a little mini elevator, little and they're like sending up these emotions up to you to look at and deal with, to release them, integrate them, and transform them. And so they're bringing these experiences in your outside world. So I kind of feel like with these 7 cups, there's like this would an example would be like there's 7 friends and they're all going through the same type of emotional experience, and you're like, "Oh, I think someone's trying to tell me something." And that's what the kind of stuff that's coming up, the same type of emotional situations where you're like, "Okay, I get it. There's trying to show me something." And it's because they're trying to have you remember an old emotion from when you were young, like 7 and under, to see when, what you use that to define yourself with, and what everyone else was telling you to define yourself with, and blah blah blah. And so there's this change that comes in with that, because ultimately they're taking you on this 9 of Pentacles, which is this inner journey. The 9 is the major arcana for the Hermit, and the Pentacles is about your wholeness and your abundance and your worth as it's related to the outside world. And it's having you find this foundation within you. So I feel like that's what your subconscious is, kind of nudging you to bring those things up. So it should be really starkly clear, very soon, if not already, of what these situations you're going to see the pattern. An example, like, um, in a matter of a week, I had 5 people contact me about death. And normally I don't have anyone talk to me about death in a year, but in a week, had someone contact me to let me know that their husband had passed, someone else's mentor had passed, my mom's neighbor passed away, someone else's, like a friend of a close friend of theirs passed, and it was just like, and I'm like, okay, all right, what is it about death I you want me to look at? Because obviously there's something you're trying to tell me. And so that's what, I feel like the kind of stuff that should be appearing around you, if not, if it hasn't already. So that's what they have for you, Mira. So many blessings to you. All right, SDA, a message from Spirit. You've had a month of highs and lows, working through lots of soul lessons. Hallelujah, right? Let's take a look here. I do want to go to these messenger oracle here. Let's see what they have to say here. For SDA, what did you want Stacy to know? Ugh, time to reflect. What? We'll see what this says here, but look at that card. And then I want to do it this way too. All right. Let's see what they say here. It says, have you been rushing along, living from one moment to the next without thought or care? Have you failed to notice and acknowledge all that you have achieved and accomplished? Stop. Take a moment to pause and reflect upon all that has happened and all that is happening. See how you have grown. Wow. See all you have succeeded in accomplishing. Acknowledge and delight in your journey and understand how it has played a part in creating the you who lives in the present. Wow. That's pretty powerful there, SDA. And I felt like they also wanted a Return of Spirit card too. So we'll take a look at that. Yep. And then you have immunity. And these are fractal imaging. I'll try to do it where there's not a glare, where you can kind of see it a little clearer. But I always call them the spiritual ink blot test. So whatever jumps out to you in the card, that's a special message for you. And if you can't see it very clearly, if you uh, like Google just immunity return of spirit card, then you can probably see it on the internet. I'm sure someone has scanned it in. Um, so sorry for my poor lighting this evening. Let's see what comes in here. So it says the immunity card comes when we are feeling as though we are under attack. You may be experiencing disagreements or arguments. Perhaps you're feeling belittled, unworthy, or misunderstood. Whatever the case may be, there is a feeling of the need to protect yourself. Sometimes these feelings may not even involve a individual person, but are perceived from the world at large. It's important that you stay grounded at this time and not fall into old patterns of behaviors or reactions. This is an opportunity to deal with your feelings and the situation in a healthier way. You are not responsible for what others say, think, believe, or feel. I want to say that again. You are not responsible for what others say, think, believe, or feel. You do not have to own it or try to fix or change anything in an attempt to appease them. Every person on this planet is responsible for their own behavior. The immunity card offers you a layer of protection from the negative energy surrounding the situation so that you can respond and take action in a positive manner. This also helps you to see the bigger picture and how to resolve the matter in a way that ensures the highest good for all involved. Just as your physical body builds its immune system, energetically, you are building a healthy response system to negative experiences and people. You will not be affected in the same way should this type of situation occur again in the future. You will gain a healthy form of protection on the inside and no longer need to energetically wear a shell of protection on the outside. Those around you will feel the shift in your energy as you become more accepting and open to letting others into your personal world. Hmm. I think that's a good card for you, and I see why they wanted both of those together for that as well. So I like it. All right, SDA, that is what they had for you. Many, many blessings. All right. And just to make sure, everyone, that you are aware that because you guys were so amazing and I reached 1,000 plus subscribers on YouTube, that I do have a giveaway video that's out. And this gives you until next Sunday at midnight, my time, to enter this drawing. I just put it in the box down below, and so you can sign up for a chance to win a 1 hour personal recorded video reading. So um, check that out if you haven't already, and it'll tell you all about how you sign up for it for the chance. Also, of course, the Portal of Justice readings are out there. I just want to make sure everyone saw those because that energy will impact you till the end of the month. And also, I each week I also have a separate drawing for a 30-minute personal recorded reading. I'm going to do it every week until the end of the year, and it's based on these weekly energy updates. Which here's the November weekly energy updates. All you have to do is to watch one of the videos, choose whatever sign you want. There's 12 of them, so you can choose your sun sign, or if you want to check out your emotions with your moon sign, or love with your Venus sign, whatever one you're drawn to, watch it and then make a comment. And then you'll be entered into the drawing, which I draw on Sundays and put out a video on Sundays of who the winner was. So the ones that you want to comment on are the ones that have November 13th, weekly energy update, November 13th on there. And then Saturday afternoons after my morning session, I close it out by pinning a comment and just saying the drawing's closed, and then I pull names. So you can also win a reading that way. And of course, I have a ton of different videos out. I have, the weekly energy update, the monthly readings by individuals, zodiac sign, pick a cards. So there's tons in my playlist. So if you need a reading this evening, because I am at over almost 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I am spent. I gave blood earlier today, so I'm a little bit tired too. So I'm getting a little bit fuzzy, and that's not good when I'm doing readings. I don't want to not give you accurate reading. So I will be back tomorrow night. Every night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain. Like I said, I've got all those other readings. So if you need something tonight, go check out the playlist. See which one is spirit is drawing you to. Trust your gut, trust your instinct, and there will definitely be a message there for you, because they are smart that way. So you've got all those, you have all those possibilities and abilities. And then also I offer personal readings. So if you ever are like, I can never get you, but I want a personal reading, all that information is in the description box of this video as well. My recorded readings are pretty, they're on my sliding price scale, so they're pretty reasonable for those two. So, but that is all I am able to do this evening. Thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up, for all the subscribers. I'm excited to see where we go and what we do in spreading love to the world. And please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until we meet again, you guys hang in there. You take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of your night or a great rest of your day, wherever you're at in the world. But you guys take care.